Hello and welcome to Andy's Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing Antichrist on Blu-ray, directed by Lars von Trier and starring Charlotte Gainsbourg and Willem Dafoe. Okay, so with Antichrist there's a lot of furore, anger related to this film. It was premiered at Cannes. People stood up, swore at the screen, threw vegetables. Well, they didn't throw vegetables, but they probably wanted to. You had a lot of feminists standing up and saying, why, this is such a terrible film, it's misogynistic, it's terrible, oh, and everyone got up in arms, really, about this film. Okay, to set the premise a bit, you have Willem Dafoe and Charlotte Gainsbourg at the start of the film. They're having sex in the shower, and then the bedroom. While their young child is in his room, he subsequently proceeds to throw himself out of a window. Now, from this, Willem Dafoe is actually a psychiatrist who tries to help his wife to come to terms with the death of their child. So they go off to the woods, and what seemingly happens is the Charlotte Gainsbourg character becomes possessed by something evil, something dark, that then leads her to perform acts of self-mutilation and to attempt to kill her husband because she's possessed. Okay, that's the premise of the film. So contextually you have similarities to Horrors in the Woods, in terms of The Cabin, in terms of Blair Witch Project, also set in the woods, that sense of mystery, that sense of nature, that there's something underlyingly evil about being so close to nature, and what that, in terms of your own spirituality or your own well-being, what that means for you. So the key thing is, for me with this film, I do not see it as a misogynistic film. I actually think quite the opposite, that it's actually a film for feminists. The reason I believe that is, the Charlotte Gainsbourg character is studying for some kind of thesis. She has studied on some kind of thesis to do with genocide, which is the atrocities done against women by men because of a misogynistic, patriarchal belief that women are somehow bad. So she's been researching this on her own at the cabin that they go to visit prior to the time that the film takes place. So that's in the past, but you know that she studied it. So for me, what the Charlotte Gainsbourg character actually gets possessed by is the misogyny of witchcraft trials, of men having a decidedly great power over women, and in terms of not empowering them, but leading them to believe that being a woman is somehow wrong in terms of sexuality, and in terms of sexual enjoyment, and in terms of their stature in society. So she's actually possessed by the topic that she was researching, which subsequently was only created, and the fact that she's researching it and it's misogynistic means that she is possessed not by women, but possessed by the evil of men, which she then believes is a good thing, and believes that she needs to become what those men hated in the women that were being injured in the thesis that she was writing about. Because you see these images on the walls of a study, terrible images, awful, and you can see that that builds up in her, that she wants to suddenly go out and cause all of this pain and anguish towards her husband. There's a plot spoiler here, but at the end of the film, Willem Dafoe, it's a bit ambiguous, but you get the idea that Willem Dafoe is dead, and what he sees is the ghosts of the women who've been killed by men in terms of being in heaven. So what von Trier does is to make heaven seem, by showing that, he makes heaven a feminist ideal, something that is for women, not for men, because he's the only man in this setting at the end of the film, which is why I don't understand how this film could be conceived to be misogynistic. It's complex, but it is not misogynistic, and I don't like all of the kind of pretentious Newsnight Review type people who've likened it to writings of Friedrich Nietzsche, or likened it to, say, nihilistic portrayals of characters, because these characters, they're flawed, but they're not nihilistic at all. But the thing that possesses the Charlotte Gainsbourg character is misogynistic, but that was created by men, for men, to destroy women, which she later destroys herself and that Defoe sees at the end of the film. So it's not misogynistic, it's not a work of genius either, because you do get the sense of Von Trier is kind of thinking, ooh, how can I annoy these people more? What nasty things can I put in? So it's a bit kind of overblown and a bit theatrical and pretentious, I'll say that as well. But it is better than, I'd say it's better than The Exorcist in terms of its shocking value when you first see it, because nothing does it like The Exorcist does it, I think. So, yes, it's a good film. Blu-ray transfer, don't like it, it's 1080i rather than P. Lots of noise. There'll probably be a better transfer in a few years, so it's worth a buy, but make sure that you don't watch it at night, frankly. But yes, it's not misogynistic. It's quite a good movie. Okay, and that's me finished for the day. I'm gonna go and beat up some women. I'm just joking. Okay, thank you. Bye.